Welcome back, everybody. Episode 48 with Crash Course, a hockey podcast. Along the coaches, NA3, NA, Mike, Kyle. How are you guys?
Good.
We're doing well.
Doing episode 48.
Tyler Kennedy.
Matt
Grizzlick.
Matt Grizzly.
I don't even know who that guy is. I really don't.
You know who Grizzlick is?
I don't know. You don't either, though.
I didn't until today.
Yeah, right? So you learn something new every day, Mike.
Little left-handed D-man. You'll notice him now.
Left-handed D-man. I'll notice him now because I'm going to Google him. I'm going to put him in the Googler.
There you go. You watch the Bruins in playoffs. He's in the 6.
I'm sure he is, Mike. I'm sure he is. But Tyler Kennedy, good career.
Yeah, couple
solid
cups.
career. Yep.
Big, well, not big, he's a little dude, but Pittsburgh Penguin along making all the runs. He was playing in the lineup during their glory time.
Oh, yeah.
Did he play with Lemieux back in the day? No, he's not that old. Lemieux's old.
Well, I don't know what birth year he is, but he's probably pretty close to Crosby in birth year, so it's
possible,
but he probably didn't play in the league at 18 the way Crosby did, obviously. So,
well, Crosby Crosby was my hero. Kind of shifting gears on him. But how about living with Mario Lemieux when you join the league?
Probably
how would that be?
Probably not a better guy to live with to show you the ropes.
I think there's an argument to make that Mario Lemieux is the best hockey player to ever live.
He's pretty good.
A guy that big that moves that well, all the things he can do. If he doesn't get sick, he doesn't get hurt.
Right? Like, I think he was I think everybody would. He's a better goal scorer than Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
I would think most people would think that.
Yeah, he's not as good of a playmaker, but
No.
he's like he's a true power forward.
So who would you rather have, Gretzky or Lemieux?
I would rather have Ovi.
Wow.
Oh.
Seriously?
Do you guys think he's going to get it this year or what?
I don't know about how many he's away.
30.
He's 30 goals away.
He's around there.
He's not going to get 30 more than where he's at right now this season.
I mean, he's
going
right now.
Dude, he's got less than half the season left.
Yeah.
He ain't getting it. I'll take any bet on that.
Well, they make playoffs.
It's possible. They make the playoffs, which they're kind of looking like they're going to.
Yeah.
But do they count that as far as the
Yeah,
stats?
it's
just
all-day
career
stats.
goal scored.
I'll take. You want to bet that? I'll
bet
take
it.
that bet. What
Okay.
are we doing? I say we shave our heads.
Oh, I'll buy you dinner. I'll buy you a nice dinner. I'm not shaving these gray hairs.
Well, at least you'll get rid of them.
Oh,
They're less noticeable the shorter your hair is.
I don't think I'd look good bald.
I don't think
Anybody does.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that because Sherm's bald.
Don't talk about your coach like that.
But I'll take a bet on that.
All right.
If you don't want to bet your head, okay, fine, fair enough.
We need something better than that, though. Better than
Better than that.
Well,
How about we put it out to the peeps? Why don't you guys, our viewers, why don't you come up with some ideas as far as Kyle and I betting if Ovechkin's going to get the mile marker this year, which is he's got about 30 more to go. There's no freaking way. So if you guys want to reach out to me with some ideas, and we'll share it, and then we could maybe let the people vote.
I think he'll get like 5.
You good for that?
now he's going to get like 5 goals the rest of the season.
He's going to get 5
you already
headers.
bet. You already bet me. So we're going to leave it up to people. Hopefully some people send some ideas in. You game for that?
I'm open for that.
Okay, fair enough. So
Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure he already has the record for the most empty net goals in a career. And so that all factors in. So do those count? Like,
Sure.
That's the same?
he's got to break the record.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
just saying, like.
Yeah, they don't ask how. They ask how many.
Yeah, I guess.
I like it.
I scored 75 in Pup A.
How many were empty netters?
A lot were in warm up, but nobody's counting. But moving on, guys. So around the sports world, I want to bring some stuff in. Like, we talk about obviously the teams I should say, and we'll continue to do that. But the big interesting topic around sports is Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
What's he going to do? Is he going to leave? Go to Dallas? Is he going to stay? Is he going to go to the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers? I say that because our producers die hard.
There's no way the Steelers organization would let Mike Tomlin go for Deion Sanders. There's 0% chance of that.
But is there any truth to the Steelers coach leaving? I heard
he's
that.
been there forever.
Yeah, he ain't leaving. Even though he sucked.
They've had
this year.
like 2 coaches in the last 30 years.
And we were talking about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think that he should stay 1 more year.
but he's not going to have the opportunity to possibly draft his kid.
I mean, I think that he's going to go regardless. But wouldn't you want? You brought all those kids in, have one more shot with them.
Well, I think you're going to find out. Well, after what I've seen with Deion Sanders over the last couple of years, I've really drawn to him. I like and respect him more than I ever have.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what he's doing for the kids, and I didn't know he had that persona about him. You know what I mean? He brings a lot of energy. He's fair. He's certainly a motivator.
Holds the kids accountable.
Regardless of who they are, including his kids, as you well know.
He does it the right way, man. That's the way coaching should be done. He's like, guys like to, or people, I guess, like to pick at him because of who he was as a player, but then watch how he coaches.
Right.
He doesn't mind a little bit of flash, but there's still lines in the sand that can't be crossed.
Yeah, and I like the guy. So does that change people's opinions if he leaves or not? Because I think most people would hope that he stayed another year or so.
He's always said if I have so he's never not coached Shedeur. Like he talked about, you remember when he had that foot thing? He had to have his toe cut off.
Yeah.
The reason he came back as early as he did and he was in the wheelchair when they were still at Jackson State was because Shedeur was struggling when he wasn't around. And he called him. Deion talks about it. He's like, my kid said he needed me. So I went back out there because he was struggling when I wasn't there coaching him. He's never not at a high level. So with that being said, if your kid needs you and that guy could care less about what anybody says, I think that tells you what he's going to do if the opportunity's there.
Right. Yeah, no, fair enough. What do you think?
I want him to stay. So
You think this program falls apart if he leaves?
It won't fall apart, but
Certainly off the map.
yeah, it's going to lose a lot. I mean, I was reading this thing that was saying he brought, I forgot how many hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue to the city of Boulder between merchandise, season ticket sales. You talk about all the people coming in to watch the games for like local restaurants, hotels, things like that. Just what he's done to basically stimulate the economy in Boulder, Colorado is insane.
put it this way: if he leaves, a lot of eyes will be off the program.
Oh yeah,
and if they want to keep drawing like high level talent, he should stay.
What's the other kid's name? What's his other kid's name?
Shiloh.
Is he any good?
Yeah, he's good. I don't think he's not Shedeur good, but he's a good.
Is he getting drafted?
Yeah, he'll go drafted. Yeah. He's a DB.
Good for him. Yeah, obviously the whole spotlight's been on Shedeur.
Yeah.
Not whatever, but
well, he has a chance to be number one overall.
yeah, man. I don't think I don't watch college football much, but he's pretty good. I don't think he's freaking phenomenal. I don't know. I'm not a football guy.
I didn't think what's his name Daniels on the Redskins was very good when he was at LSU. I know he won the Heisman, but I didn't
Look
think
what he's doing now.
Yeah, exactly. So
I get that. And he doesn't look like a quarterback.
No, he doesn't.
What is he? He's probably 6'3", 6'4", and weighs $110.
he's like Lamar Jackson the way he moves.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Good for this, Washington, the Commanders.
The football team.
They need to change their name back, though. That's my opinion.
I think so too, but I understand why they changed it. Just to be clear,
Right.
We get it. We get it. Just to be politically
just
correct.
nostalgia is all. I'm saying.
No, it's but whatever. It's just I'll stop. I could go on, literally.
They have been solid this year, though. And then coming from DC, I have heard they have just been historically terrible. So to see them actually in the mix and win that game on Sunday was big.
Crazy, yeah. And he's set some sort of record as a rookie quarterback. Advancing to the playoffs. Good for him. Bo Nix was another good player.
Yeah, he was good at Auburn.
And he's good he's in Denver.
Yeah,
Nix, right? Like I thought he had a good year too.
He transferred to Oregon, right? His senior year?
He did, yeah. That's where I noticed him. Have you seen that stadium?
Yeah, it's unreal.
God
It's not that big
dang.
though.
No, but it's insane. Like the view of it. Somebody's blowing up my phone.
You're a really important guy.
No, just stuff going on, man. Not good stuff either.
It's always good stuff. Hey, glass half full.
Yeah,
yo.
man.
Right.
Glass half
Positive,
full Tuesday.
yo.
So football. So yeah, man, it'll be interesting to see what Deion Sanders does. I hope he stays just because of what it's done for that program, and I just kind of like the story. You know what I mean? I think it's a great story.
The interesting thing would be if he goes to Dallas, what do they do and Shedeur gets drafted? Is
He
he
ain't
even?
playing.
Gonna, is he? Yeah, he's not going to even start. So maybe he just waits it out a little bit and let Dak finish the end of his career, and then then he
Reload
goes.
with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's what he does. I don't know.
It'll be interesting. That's for damn sure. But
He's
moving
going
on,
to get paid.
he will get well. So I guess the NIL and the money goes away, right? As soon as you turn pro. Because there was I don't know who I was reading on it, that there's a couple guys playing college football that are going to opt out of the draft just because they can make more money playing college football.
Yeah, because it all depends on if you're projected to not be like a first round draft choice. I think the bonuses and all the structure of your contract would change.
Yeah.
And so there might be more money in college football for you to stay and kind of up your stock and then go the following year. It's a
That's
business
great.
decision.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy how much money those kids, which is great. I think they deserve it.
Plus, take the sure bet.
Yeah, man.
Like,
You
you got-
stud
you got-
for one more year in college.
Right.
Live it up, make some hard dough, and then move on.
And it's easier football for you. Bird in the hand's better than two in the bush, right?
Yeah, man. I get that. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what he does, and I'm sure what he's going to do is going to be based on family. I believe that wholeheartedly, which is good, man.
He's a family man, that's for sure.
Moving on, guys. Moving on. Kyle, you had the weekend off. You know, you got to tour the city a little bit. Your wife came into town. How you liking El Paso so far?
El Paso's been great. We just kind of knocked around the town and went to White Sands National Park, which was fun.
Crazy, eh?
And then we got to sit behind the bench and watch these guys go to work this weekend.
Yeah, no, it's and you've had a good week of practice so far. I know it's only Tuesday, but you had the weekend off. Yesterday, tempo was pretty good. Today was really good.
Yeah, we're getting in a good groove with everybody showing up and having a purpose during practice. So
And big weekend coming, Atlanta.
the
They're
Capitals.
a little bit lower on the standings, so it should it'll be a good weekend. I talked to their coach earlier in the week. They'll be arriving Thursday,
All right.
and they're ready to go too. So it'll be interesting.
Well, we'll be ready for them this weekend as well. So
Should be another great weekend of the crowd. But man, the weather's supposed to drop again, eh? This coming weekend, Aaron's going to be with a scarf and a toque on down there, being little baby. I was wearing shorts yesterday, bro. I am a little nut, but
Say the least. Hey, remind me to talk to you about this because last time we played Atlanta on the Sunday, they decided to hit us with a 1-3-1.
okay.
And so, just
yeah,
be prepared.
Bocus, we're all over you,
Be
buddy.
prepared with a set breakout because if not, they'll trap you to sleep, man. So just be ready.
They'll trap you to sleep. Is that
No.
what Montreal used to do?
No, Devils used to do that.
Devils,
But
yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
1-2-2.
Tampa Bay ran it a few years ago too, and
Yeah.
What do you guys think of frickin' man zone and the D zone?
Man on man?
Yeah.
You better have a team that can really skate.
It's terrible.
and those are handoffs. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
I better be careful. I think it's the shits. I really, really do. Like my daughter plays with the national team. They play man on man in their zone, and it's this. You got to be good at skater. You got to have good communication, and I'm telling you, we got guys girls bumping each other, falling over, and it's like, what the frick, man?
Man on man Olympic ice is
Insane.
That's crazy.
It's just,
insane.
I just like, I when I go to these events, I bite my tongue a lot because I just want to be a dad and not be, involved. But man alive, sometimes I want to just kick myself in the face. Sometimes it'd be better. Anyway, that's what I think.
not a fan. So
Not a fan. So, but no, the week kind of getting off on a tangent. But this weekend will be good for you, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, and I really want to see these guys compete this week. So
If any indication with practice last week and what we're seeing so far, I think you're going to get that. I think the guys that are here want to be here. They're going to work hard, and they're all about them. The team, which is huge.
yeah, we're buying in. So we'll have a team dinner, which will be great, and Top Golf really helped the boys. By the way, some of those guys, not golfer guys.
Really, eh? Who's the shittiest one?
I don't want to put anybody on the spot. There's a
can
few.
I-
There's a
You
few
can't,
last
you can't
runners.
be politically correct on this, man.
I will say.
can I guess?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I would go top 3. Gorley,
Wow.
like worst.
As in the worst.
Oh,
As in the
worst,
worst,
worst.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would buy that.
Gorley, Max Anderson. There's no way he can swing a golf club.
It's just too much size.
He's
for
too
him.
big.
Exactly. And then the third worst has to be
Nateson.
Who? Oh, Shaq?
Yeah.
Ooh. I was going to say him or Trejo. Actually,
You're-
Trejo's athletic. Trejo's athletic.
He was fine. The other two though are not that coordinated.
You'd be yeah.
But I will say there's some players too. There's a couple
Look at
sticks
you,
that are
dude.
on the team.
Really, eh?
Yeah,
So who would be on the other side?
Donovan, he's a stick.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I could see him being a good golfer. I could see Goots being a good golfer, and I could see. I hate to say this because I don't like to give the kid many compliments, but I could see Dylan Newton being a pretty good golfer.
I didn't see his bay was at the far end. I didn't get to see too much of him.
You know, Goose, I could see that just because of the way he dresses when he comes into the games. Have you seen some of his attire? Like he's a sharp dresser,
He likes
and
the
it's
pink
colorful.
shorts.
You know what I mean? So I look back at Ricky Fowler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could see the resemblance there, but I'm not saying because what you wear is what you are.
You know who dresses really nice is Martinez. I know that he's still on the IR for us, but he's a sharp dresser. He's got the cowboy hat on with the flow coming out.
The pants that come up above his ankle bone, no socks, and the Michael Jackson shoes. Pretty sure,
It's a
pretty
sharp
sure that's
look.
what he wears.
Yeah, it's a sharp look. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the alligator boots.
And-
The roach. The roach
so,
stompers.
Julian, I hope you're watching this, bud, because I hope I want to see that stuff come out of the closet this weekend, bud.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I know his dad's going to be watching this. So Joe, make sure you share this with your kid. I want to see him dress up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He always does. He never misses.
Yeah, he
He
does.
always
Yeah.
dresses up.
You know, that young man, when he came through our program as a youth, and I had the opportunity to coach him when he was younger, and he was a handful. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because he's always been a physical kid, and he's always been just type A type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see him develop over the years and come through our program and turn into a young man that he is, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. Like these kids, they come in as kids really, and they should leave as young men, and develop not only on the ice but in the society and community as well, man. And he's a good example of that.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe he'll be 32 years old working for us again.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Kids seem to do that.
So yeah, absolutely. We got a whole spectrum of that. You're the odd guy looking in.
Yeah.
Outsider.
We got Chasen though back.
Chase and Sarah back in the mix. I would have never guessed. But he's a great kid, and I can't believe he's all in, man. And it's great to see.
He's got a good head on his shoulders.
100%, man.
Good hockey player, man.
Very good.
Really
hockey
good.
player.
And a good human being too.
Yeah. Tough. He was tough, man.
Yeah. Tougher than baby shit.
That's not the term, but
Oh, it is today.
okay.
Well, rabbit shit?
Oh, you're softer than baby shit.
No, I'm switching it around. bud.
Okay.
No, that was a shot. But no, he's certainly up there. Probably one of the toughest guys that ever come through. And probably one of the best players that ever come through.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would think that on all levels, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy. Anyway, so Mike, moving on to you. Rough weekend.
Yeah.
No other way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
We came in. It was just, good opportunities, but, just kind of fell short, slow start, just always playing catch up is tough.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't.
And Odessa's come a long way.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Yep.
They play well. They have guys that can finish. I think it comes down to, and it's something that we started talking about going back to the road trip, was that we can't continue to outscore our mistakes. It's not a sustainable way to play the game, especially once you go down to the playoff run, to the playoff stretch where things get tight. We have to rely on the defensive side of the puck and make sure that we're getting above it, make sure that we're doing the right things to not give up so many odd man rushes and managing the puck to, keep the puck out of our net and keep the goals against down and then let our offense, be a byproduct of that rather than this, kind of run and gun that we've been kind of looking at where, we've had to chase games and be, in a 4-4 hockey game. And then it's like, you're not going to win a lot of games giving up 4 goals.
No.
You're just not. I don't care. Like, not in this league, not in this division especially.
Right.
Like when we're talking to Bill this weekend, right? Like he thinks the numbers too. And I would agree. I think your goals against average over the stretch of your game should be right under 2 because you're going to have your shutouts and then your 4 goal against games or whatever, right? So we need to push towards that over the last 10. It's been right before this weekend, it was 3.5. And so we have to really take care of the D side of the puck to better our chances to win some games. But at the same time, there were a lot of moments this weekend where we played really good hockey. We've proven that we can score goals. We've proven that we can play at a high pace. And when we do it consistently, we're a tough team to play against.
Yeah.
And, one of the things that I saw this weekend that the guys are really starting to kind of find a new identity and mold together as a group, because there's been changes to the personnel. And with the changes to the personnel, like each individual is going to shape the group a little bit differently. And so you're starting to see that new group mold and kind of buy into what it is that we're doing as coaches and what we're trying to do moving forward. And you can see that, like, even, with the game on Saturday, the way it went, like, the guys didn't quit. Like, they never did. Like, to me, they continue to play. Did they play well in the third? No. But they kept working. Losing Solano hurt. He's a big piece. He's a line driver. All of a sudden, you're down to 3 centers. That wasn't helpful. But at the same time, other guys got to step up in those situations and find a way to make a play.
What did you think, Kyle? You're on the bench.
One thing Mikey did a great job of, I think, was when we went in that locker room, they seemed a lot more confident than I had in previous weeks. So for them to come out and really kind of keep punching in the third period, I mean, they're blocking shots with a couple minutes left, full well knowing what the outcome of the game was going to be. But as a coach, you love to see like that grittiness in people's game. And again, I think there was a few unfortunate bounces on that side too, and sometimes you're just on the bad end of those puck bounces. But there was like 5 or 6 great opportunities that we had to score, and their goalie held tight. A couple bars. We had three posts.
Four bars on Friday.
All right, yeah. 4 bars on Friday. So
game of inches, man.
Yeah,
Like, literally.
The 4th bar was Solano off the rush. Right when we pulled the goalie, we entered the zone of possession. Goes right off the bar, hops over Reader's stick, right to their guy's tape, and then he buries the empty netter from inside the D zone just about.
And he got a bad bounce to the mouth too. That was unfortunate for him. But he's on the bike and training already, so
oh yeah, he'll be. You got
to give him a lot of credit too for having a quick turnaround after an injury like that.
Dude, can we talk about Sal?
Yeah, man.
So on Saturday, when Solano he's bleeding, he's got to go to the room. And, as a coach, when one of your best centermen goes down, you want an update, right? Like, where's he at? Is he going to come back? Is he not? All of a sudden, I turn to my right, and Sal's just sitting there, and he's just
watching the game.
I'm like, Sal. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where's Solano? Oh, he's done. He's done. I was like, you didn't think to tell me that, man? Like, you didn't think to give us an update on that and whether we're going to be missing him or not? And he's like, oh, sorry, sir. I'm like, man, come on. We got to know when Solano's gone. Like, he's such a big piece. He kills. He's on the power play. He's playing a regular shift. Like, he's a driver for us. And so, again, losing him. And, if that puck doesn't hit him, I think he was gone.
Yeah, man. Like, it was a nice pass, cross ice. And it was weird because, like, obviously I'm at the far end. I don't get a good view of it. But you could tell that, it hit something and then popped up and got him. Mm-hmm. And he went down like a sack of hammers. That had to hurt.
Oh, he split his lip right here. He's got 5.
Yeah.
It's still fat.
But, yeah, no, like, it's funny with Sal. But, yeah, man, I get it. Speaking about help, we'll talk about Jay. We can't go a segment without talking about Jay. So we all know last week Jay got hit in the with the puck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess on Friday and Saturday, random people were going up to Jay and, hey, how you feeling, man? I heard you got hit. And Jay was all over me. He's like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, really, Jay? Of course I would say that on the podcast. There's only certain things that I won't say, Mike. You know what I mean, Mike?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Have you heard about that one?
No.
Well, maybe Mike can tell you off the air because we're not allowed to say it.
Yeah, we'll have to cut that part.
Yeah. But, Jay was ripping around, and he was like, I can't believe you... Like, in fun. Like, Jay's a character. But, so, Jay is Jay, man. He's a good dude.
He's probably told me his schedule over the next 4 days about 15 times this morning alone.
Jay did?
Me and Sherm just kept asking him to see if he would notice. And he never noticed. Like I said, hey, so you're on Thursday, you got to do... And he would start from the top and tell it all over again. And he's got an appointment today, and he told me about that about 30 times this week.
Right on. Old J-Dog. but he's a good dude, man. So we always have a little fun with Jay.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't cup up this weekend.
We got to get him on the podcast.
Should have bought him a job.
Yeah,
Should have bought him a job.
That would have been great.
That would have been comical. But yeah, he sent me some. Have you seen the stuff on TikTok that he's been sending around?
No,
Ask him for it.
I'm good.
It is no. It's not. It's not what you think.
Okay.
I was literally pissing my pants when he sent me the one, and I was just like, "Where do you get this stuff?" Because it's fun. Like it's a children's book, but it's for adults.
Oh, I've seen
You know what I'm
stuff
talking?
like
I can't remember who the narrator is, but it's
that would be something that Jay would show, though.
right. But and it is absolutely hilarious. But he just comes up, "Hey, have you seen this?" I'm like, "Dude, what do you do all day?" Certainly not working when you're here because he's always on his phone.
He is.
Nah, he's a good character. But this weekend coming up, Mike, you guys take off to Corpus, for 2 games up there. That's going to be a battle. They're at the top of the division.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a good test for you, get away from here a little bit. And then obviously, Kyle, you're at home for 3, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully we got some good crowds, which I think we will, even though the temperature's going to drop. But it'll be good. Your wife will get to see what she was here last week too. Never mind.
She was.
Sorry, man. You're
right.
kind of rude. You haven't even introduced me to her. Just saying.
That crowd on Saturday was insane.
Just saying, Kyle. You know what I mean?
Oh, you'll get to meet her this week.
Well, maybe.
She'll be down there watching with you guys.
Okay,
on-
cool.
on
Yeah.
Friday.
Have her come up here too. She's more than welcome to come up here.
Okay.
By all means, man. Everyone else does.
There's no rules.
There's no rules in the Speaking Rock.
Probably shouldn't say that.
Sorry, no.
Sponsor.
Actually, Speaking Rock's coming this weekend. It's going to be great. On Saturday night, they got a big party coming, which
Nice,
is great.
all
So,
right.
yeah, that'll be good. One of our best, great sponsors. We've had a great relationship with them over the years, and, they continue to support. So, we're very thankful for that.
There's some awesome people that work for them, man.
Yeah, 100%. But anyway, guys, we're going to cut her here. I wish you both the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Mike, we got the itinerary all set up. You're all squared away there. And Kyle, we'll be ready to roll, man.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, best of luck, fellas. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Take care. Comb your hair. Keep a stick on the ice. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 48 with our wonderful sponsors, Truly Nolen, with Carlos and Robert. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi, thank you for
The
having us.
bug guys,
That's it.
Yeah,
the creepy crawler killers.
We're like the John Wicks of pest control.
yeah.
Actually, it's Rico and Suave.
Water here, yeah.
That's what I was told to introduce you as.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good.
I think it's good. You know what I mean? So welcome, guys.
Well, thanks for having
Thank
us.
you for
You know,
having
it's
us on
it's finally great to have you guys on. I know we got a couple more episodes, planned out with you guys, and we're going to do some cool stuff off location here from the Rhinos rink. But as you can see, practices in the back, pretty cool. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we do with the podcast is we try to get a live shot with the guys in the back, and it just makes it for a cool backdrop, if you will.
Awesome.
So, Truly Nolen, how long you guys been in operation for?
We've been in operation since 1938.
Holy
and in El
shnikes.
Paso since 1966.
Wow. Well, I guess that's a never-ending job, right? Or never-ending service. There's bugs everywhere. But do you guys just focus on creepy crawlies? Or is there something special that you guys do? Like, pardon my ignorance of the business,
Okay.
but is it just bugs? Is there animals involved? Is there?
Well, obviously, pest control. We're talking about insects, but we also do rodent control, which is very big in El Paso.
Yeah, it is.
We have done some pigeon control, termite work as well, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize that we do have termites in El Paso.
Like our neighbors had it big time.
Right.
And just with the weather and the wet and dry and all that, it was an older home, but either way. So you guys, it's kind of a huge realm of things that you guys do. And how many locations do you have in El Paso?
We have one.
The one main
location.
center?
Yes, sir.
And it services all El Paso?
We do all of El Paso, and we also service the Las Cruces area. out of
Las
El
Cruces
Paso.
area?
Correct.
Very good. And so you guys have been around for a very, very long time.
Yes.
And, some of the viewers are probably going to want to know, what is some of the craziest things that you've seen or that you've had to control or terminate, so to speak? There's got to be some good ones.
Well, there's some that we really can't talk about, but
Sure you
yeah,
can.
I do.
This is not PG. You know what I mean? You just set off air, Carlos, that you were going to talk all this smack about bugs.
Sure. Well, I think what
Come on, Rico.
over the I think over the years, what happens is you'd be surprised. Everybody's different. For some people, just seeing one insect, one roach, it's over the world is going to come apart. And then you have some customers where, they see a few and it's no big thing. It really just depends on the person.
I'm that way too. Like, bugs are everywhere. Here's a funny story. I'm from Canada.
Okay.
I came down in 97. I played with the buzzards, the El Paso buzzards.
Right? I remember that.
So when I came down, I'm from a big city, mountains, snow, 4 seasons, that kind of stuff. Mosquitoes are a big thing, not cockroaches. So you guys have all been to the county coliseum.
Sure.
So our locker room was upstairs. So when I came off the airplane, our captain picked me up. We went to the rink, and I'm like, man, this is kind of a big building, kind of old. We go up the stairs, and I go to my stall where they had for me. And I swear to God, I didn't know at the time what it was. Something about this big ripping around the carpet. And I was like, what the hell is that? So I'm like, where am I again? Well, it turned out to be a cockroach. And obviously it wasn't this big, but it certainly
in your
seemed
mind,
that
you
way
thought, yeah,
because
it was.
I've never seen them before. And I was like, God dang, what the heck is going on? But yeah, so, that was my introduction to cockroaches. Now, they're not everywhere, but they're around.
They're common.
They don't bother me anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a thing that when we go to a customer's home, they're like, these roaches were just practically carrying my child away. Well, they weren't that big, but we do get that common customer who they have that phobia of not having roaches in their home.
And with phobias probably come exaggeration, I would assume.
Yes.
Oh.
Right? You get
all the
maybe
time.
some of the, I'm not cherry picking people, but I would assume you have some customers that, call in and say, man, this is the end of the world.
Oh,
Our
it's
house
over.
is being invaded by everything under the sun, and you get there and there's a cockroach.
Oh, yeah, we've had customers where they see one, they want to move, they want to burn the house down. It's over.
Or you guys came a month ago. Why are they back? I would assume you guys get that too, and that's probably with just like any service industry, right? You're going to get those customers, and I'm not, I don't want to put you guys on the spot.
No.
But it is what it is.
Well, I think initially you have to be upfront and honest with the customer.
Sure.
That's why it's called pest control.
Yeah.
All a good company can do is control the amount of activity, any activity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, having a good service, part of that is an inspection. So for us, it's not just a matter of going out and treating. It's about looking at the house, getting with you and telling you, hey, we need to look at this, check this out, seal that. So there's a lot involved. It's not just, about applying material. It's
Sure,
about working with
and
you on
I guess preventative maintenance is a huge part of it.
Correct.
When people, I don't know the industry, but I would imagine just like anything, where you leave a trash can that's full of trash, it's going to attract things, and a lot of it is probably preventable based on people's habits.
Not only that, but I mean, we can go into a $100,000 home or we can go into $1 million home.
Yeah,
Activity is going to be there.
I would imagine. And it does the just to educate some of the listeners, does weather have a lot to do with it?
Sure, of course it does. We're dealing with, insects and rodents. It's a living creature. They understand temperature. Too hot, too cold, they want to come in. They don't know it's your house. They just know they want to get out of the elements. So a lot of times I tell people, listen, having insects, bugs in your house isn't necessarily a reflection of how you live. They're just here. You've heard the old stories. Oh, don't leave food out. You attract things. The fact is you're here, Corey. They're going to come in the house.
Right. I would imagine. Just like, the myth when you go camping. Don't leave your food on the ground. Hang it from the tree to...
Yeah, some big old bear.
So bears
coming.
will come
Yeah.
But... So is there anything... Is there a specific area in El Paso that is prone more to activity, so to speak, than another location?
Well, when you speak about something like that, you're looking at the west side of El Paso, northeast El Paso, and that's more of a heavily concentrated termite area.
West side and northeast?
Yes.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, so why would that be?
Well, I mean, when we get into the swarming season, which is usually in April,
Yeah.
you're getting these winds blowing in what is a termite swarmer. They look almost like an ant, but they're not. So with the mountain, you're getting that upwind to hit the west side, downwind to hit the northeast side of town. But as Carlos had mentioned earlier, pretty much all of El Paso is now subject to termite activity. But those two areas are the heaviest areas for
Really?
termite.
That's very interesting. I would have never guessed that. So you learn something new every day.
There's, as we said, there's activity all over El Paso, but typically in denser areas, you don't have as much activity.
Right.
But obviously, we have those locations that are. I mean, El Paso's just growing; it's expanding, and we tend to get a few more calls. But again, they're everywhere.
So would termites be more attractive? And I'm going to again forgive the
Sure.
terminology, but are termites prone to older homes?
No, not necessarily.
Any
no.
home.
Any home. It doesn't really matter where you live. It's if they land on your property, Corey, that's it. It's over.
So is there anything that really attracts termites, like wet wood, mold, that sort of thing?
We obviously we do inspections, and if there's any areas of concern as far as condensation, we'll get with you. But
Right.
the fact is, once they land on your property, Corey, it's over. No one can tell you where they're going to land.
Sure.
And
That's very interesting.
yeah. it
So
is.
you had mentioned April is a high activity. So is that kind of when, the creepy crawlies wake up and say, you know what, it's time to move, fellas. Let's go wreck some homes.
Well, I mean, lately in El Paso, what do we have? 3 days of winter.
Right?
So I mean, pretty much.
Would it be
it's
3 days of winter? You were just complaining about how cold it is in here.
Oh, in here,
Yeah.
but out there, I mean,
I don't think I'm going to
go
find any
enjoy it.
roaches.
But
on the
you should be used to the cold. Your godson used to play in our program, which we
Right.
just learned.
Yeah.
So you've been
Roman.
around.
Yeah. Pretty much right now, our infestation of insects right
Yeah.
now, it's pretty much a year-round thing now. Climate has changed so much that we really don't experience a hard winter or a good freeze
Right.
since 2011.
Well, you see the cockroaches kind of disappear when it's colder.
Well, the fact is, and there's a misconception to that.
That was-
Insects don't hibernate; they're active all year. The fact is, it is cooler. You don't see as much activity, but again, it's cold. They want to come in the house, but they're active all year round. So that's why we tell people there's really no season. It's just you don't get as many calls, but they're active all year, Corey.
I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
Do cockroaches ever die? The reason why I ask this, you can hit them, you can step on them, you can put them in the garburator, and they still come out.
They're pretty hardy, man. They've got
You know,
that
you know what
exterior-
I mean?
yeah,
It's
man,
like,
yeah.
I'm dead. No, I'm not.
Well, almost sometimes you have to spray them with some material and then use a can to smash them after
Yeah,
that.
I was
get
going
you.
to say, because those suckers don't
I'll-
seem to die, man.
I would get an industrial size 10 boot, and that should take care
Yeah,
of it.
or here, like in the Southwest in El Paso, that big chancla, that tends to work pretty good too.
Right. Yeah, well, I was going to say something else, but I did say this wasn't PG, so I could have probably got away with it.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So obviously the products and the chemicals that you guys use, with today's world, and I'm not saying years ago it was different, but everything's so much more in the public eye. What I'm getting at is there chemicals that you guys use that are harmful for pets? Is it pest or pet safe, that sort of thing? Because I would assume that an elderly couple with their dog that is more precious than anything, when you guys come in, spray or would do whatever you do, there's probably some concern.
Sure. Well, in our industry, obviously safety is number one. Any material that we use, Corey, has a label, and that label is the law. So just to let people know, whatever materials we apply, we actually will apply that according to the label. But again, as I said before, it's not always a matter of us just applying material. Yeah. That's why a good inspection is going to determine what type of program, what type of treatment we're going to use. But yes, as far as materials, you want to be very, very careful.
Sure, I would imagine so.
Yes. And not only for your pets or an individual, but also the environment.
Let's not forget about that because that's obviously a big factor, a big part of it too. So you guys don't only do commercial, homes? Do you do residential and commercial?
Yes.
And it's all over El Paso,
Everywhere.
and it just never ends. I would imagine
It never stops. This is Robert and I have talked about this.
it's like death and taxes,
yeah.
right?
There you go.
It just never ends.
It never ends.
We'll always have a job. Let me tell you that
Exact
right now.
job security.
Period. Yeah.
For sure. We like here at the Coliseum, and I'm not going to say too much about what we got going on here, but they're not everywhere. But we could certainly use you guys to come by and detox the facility.
Well, we'll talk afterwards. We'll talk.
No, but it's it's very, very interesting. I know I met you at the zoo,
Right.
and we did that cook-off where
Yes.
we ate the bugs. And I will say, do you remember?
Yes, I lost, unfortunately.
You did? Well, I didn't win either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Wait. You lost?
Yeah.
You finally lost?
Yeah, I had to give up the crown.
No, it was you and the KT, the news reporter, right?
Right.
She was pretty good, though.
Yeah, she was.
You know, the thing that she had in there was, again, when we Bugs, I'm glad you were there because obviously you're not going to eat anything that's bad for you, and
Right.
I would assume you're the expert on this industry. So do you remember we're sitting there, and I took a bite of the quesadilla, and there was ants or something in there, and I was okay until it got stuck in my throat, and I thought, you know, knowing what I'm eating, I thought for sure this was coming right back up. And I'm sitting there, and my daughter was watching. She's like, and I know her. She's probably, come on, Dad, Ralph, puke, barf,
gosh.
you know, and probably encouraging it.
Man, well, that's kids for you, right? Come
Yeah,
on, Pop.
man, you
You know,
know.
it's no big thing. Just barf it up.
Yeah, just barf it up. You'll be all right.
Oh, gosh.
But so I guess bugs are okay to eat.
Well, in some countries, it's a form of protein. Sure, of course.
Cockroaches.
I don't
Would
know
you-
about
would
that.
you- would you eat a cockroach?
I don't think so. I'll pass.
No, tortilla.
I don't care how much salsa you
If
put
I
on it.
did, it would be the
Chorizo?
hissing cockroach.
The hissing cockroach? How many different kinds of cockroaches are there?
Too many to talk about.
Right, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be eating any cockroaches anytime soon.
Is there anything that I'm not going to say, you sit down, what kind of bug are we going to eat today? What have you tried?
Well, crickets obviously are pretty tasty. They use that a lot in cooking. And,
How are they tasty?
Let me tell you. Have you ever tried it? Chapulines. Yeah.
and I don't plan on it.
Listen, if you closed your eyes and ate it, you would know. Kind of a shrimpy taste.
Yeah.
You've tried it too?
Yeah.
What else have you tried?
Scorpion.
You can eat scorpions?
Yep, ants.
How is a scorpion?
It's like a chicharron. It's a little crunchy.
With a stinger, yeah.
I was going to say, with or without the stinger. Does it cost extra with the stinger
I
out?
don't know, man. Maybe we should charge more.
What else? Scorpion.
I think that's like, as far as me, that's it. Scorpion, some ants.
I could see an ant. So what would be the difference between an ant and a cockroach? Besides a lot.
They're just all funky, man. It just really depends on how you cook them too. So I can't tell you exactly how, but yeah, I've had a few.
That's Oh yeah, you're taking the easy way out. Oh, I'm a
man.
vegetarian.
Right.
Away from the bug fest,
Yeah.
eating
The
something by just that is my truth. It's my hill. That I'm vegetarian.
I think it should be mandatory for a new employee to taste all sorts of bugs before you kill them.
Right.
I'm going to put in a petition.
That would be. Awesome.
I'm going to send it in to you
part of the
as
hiring.
part of your hiring process.
I like that, huh?
We'll discuss that with HR.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
If you can hold that cockroach down, you're good. You're
Yeah.
hired, buddy.
But I'm telling you, man, like when we were there, it was just, I was disgusted. I'm just telling you. I'm kind of a wuss that way, you know.
But weren't you surprised? All these people out there, because we were handing out food, they would just really want to try this.
Well, one of our coaches that's on the ice right now, Alex Sherman, he was a chef, like an actual professional chef.
Oh.
And he's like, no, I'm good. I can eat this stuff all day long. And sure enough, man, he ate his own, and then he ate my leftovers, which was a lot. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like this? He's like, well, it's good. I'm like, it is not good.
Well, bless you for doing that, but
It was a lot of fun.
But bless you more for not barfing that stuff up.
It was good. So, what else, gentlemen, with your line of work? Tell us a funny story, a good story, because they're out there, and I know the gerbils running in your mind what you can and cannot say, right? But there's got to be a story without names and locations that would when you go back to the office, you guys go back to the office, and they say, Amy, you're not going to believe what just happened.
Wow.
Well, for me, the best story I can give you is that, yes, all we do is kill bugs. But when people out in the public start seeing us at events or here at the Rhino game, they don't think about us being a pest control company.
Right.
They think of us as part of the community. And that's the biggest thing is that I know when I was going to my kids' games, my godson's games, hey, look, there's Truly Nolen. No, I work for Truly Nolen. I'm not Truly Nolen himself, but, you start getting that recognition. People start recognizing you for it. And you'd be surprised how many people after that are just on a one-on-one basis. Like, we're friends, we're family. And that's the best thing that I get out of being in this industry and working for Truly Nolen is that, we've developed such a partnership with everybody.
Yeah.
And not just you guys are rhinos, but just everybody in general, and that's what makes it fun.
You know, I love it when people tell us, "Oh my gosh, that mouse car." They can just recognize like what
Yeah.
a form of advertisement. But the mouse car, yeah, that's awesome.
And that's true, right? Because, obviously that's part of advertising. That's why you do it.
right.
Right. And, well, that's very interesting, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on, taking time out of your morning to come onto the show. I know we're going to do some cool stuff. I know, Amy, we're going to work together and kind of get a different, maybe come to your store, your location, I should say. And maybe, have some of the guys come out. Maybe they can jump in the
Mouse car.
mobile,
Yeah,
the
of
mouse
course.
mobile.
We'd love that. Yeah.
And do some cool stuff. But again, thank you guys very, very much for jumping on the show.
Thank you for having us.
I hope everyone, it's a little bit of education, a little bit of fun. I certainly learned some stuff. And, I'm probably going to have to, talk to you guys and have you over to my house because, April's coming.
Yep.
And, I don't want a lot of
You don't want those
activity in the house.
unwanted guests, man.
Yeah,
Uninvited
exactly.
guests.
Uninvited guests,
Yeah. They don't pay rent.
No, they don't. They.
Let's
And
evict those guys.
I need to research on how to actually kill a cockroach because the way I do it, they come back. I'm telling you, I can't do it.
It can't be the same one though, but still.
I can stomp on the stupid thing and it still,
That crunch, yeah.
and it still figures out how to get up.
Oh God.
I'm telling you. Anyway, maybe it's just me. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you very much for jumping on the show.
Awesome.
Thank you for
We'll
having
talk
us.
to you
Yeah.
again.
Likewise.
It's a pleasure.
We appreciate you.
Corey.
Thank you for having us on, man. We
Thank
really
you
do
very
appreciate
much.
you.
Thanks, guys.